Estamos aquí con Gustav Iden, doble campeón del mundo en IRONMAN 70.3, unos grandes Juegos Olímpicos, y bueno, vamos a preguntarle varias cosas. Gustav, are you here in Sierra Nevada? Is the first altitude camp in this year, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the first camp of the year, so it's actually been quite some time since the last one. So it's good to be back in Spain. So I really love it here. It's such a beautiful place to train.
The last year you was training in other place, but Spain you think is different or is it good?
Yeah, Spain is good because it's pretty close by to Norway in terms of having high altitude. It's really unique in terms of having 2,300 meters above sea level. It's really hard to find that place where you have the swimming pool, nice track for running, and also good for cycling. So it's really the only place you can go for this altitude.
Last year, the first target was the Olympic game. It was a good race for you, but the place is 9, I think.
8. Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
I have a question because you was behind. You was making basically all the work. Yeah. Even for other athletes like Iden. So the Norway, you don't have any tactic of equipo or how is the tactic in Olympic Games?
Yeah, we had some sort of tactics, but it was only to make it a hard race and not save any energy, basically. I tried in the test event to really pull as hard as I could on the bike and still run a decent race. So I thought I could be able to do that in the Olympic Games as well, not only the test event. But when I started the run, I didn't feel that great, and I had some cramps, which I never had issues with before. Luckily, it kind of got better towards the end, and I could catch some places, but 8th place is okay in my first Olympic Games. It's not what I really wanted, but it was okay.
Great.
Yeah.
I mean, for your performance, because you make a lot of work in the bicycle.
Yeah.
Ironman 70.3. It was a spectacular race for you. In Nice, we saw you attacking in the down the hill, and in the climb. But here you attack from very maybe 20 k's before the T2.
Yeah, something like that. So I think most people just expected me to wait for the run, but I wanted to show that I can ride the fastest of them all as well. So it was cool to show my ability there, and also came away with a decent run on top of it. But I really noticed that the bike took out a lot of energy for me. So the run was basically just getting to the finish line and not die along the way. So I had a huge gap, so it wasn't really any struggle.
And it's like a test for you, no? If you are be fast on running after a good job in bicycle.
Yeah, so it's maybe not smart to test out a new tactic in a world championship, but I knew that I could run decently over such a hard bike, so that's what I did.
Later, you make to debut in Ironman distance. Unbelievable. What happened in the swimming, because it's like 1,000 meters more, isn't it?
The swim was not too long in terms of distance, but it was such terrible conditions with the wave and the current, and I think it was a record of age groupers not completing the swim in time cut because the conditions were so bad. And I didn't swim that hard either. I didn't want to lead out, so I was never in the front of the swim. So even though the swim times were slow, it was also a bit easy, and that's one of the reasons why we're kind of like close together there. So my ambition for the Ironman was never to lead. So I would just stay with the front basically the whole way and then hope for a good run.
And when you get out the water and just watch behind you and see Lionel Sanders, that I think he was training with your brother or something like this. What did you think? Like, this guy.
Yeah, I thought it was. I was surprised that he was there with me, but yeah, it was not like I wanted the race to be a race. And if I swam hard, like being the first out of the water and just leading the bike by my own, that would not be the lesson I came there first. I wanted to have the race tactics in there as well, so that's it was a good thing that he was there, because then I could learn more from the Ironman.
Okay, and in the marathon you have the best time in the history, 2:34, I think.
Yeah.
Independent if it's a little bit short, a little bit more, but you think you are able to run faster, or this is for the first time you was keeping, and after you have more energies?
Yeah, so actually the run conditions in Florida was pretty bad. It was a lot of wind. Yeah. So luckily for me that Sanders did most of the work in the start. He went way faster than what I have planned for. So that's why I didn't go to the front too much, because I didn't think I would be able to survive that pace. And it turned out I didn't. So I had to slow down towards the end. I did a positive split on the marathon, or the half marathons. So, but the conditions were actually pretty bad, and I think I can run faster. Yeah.
Have you any pressure, because you and your colleague Blume are the favorites in St George with Frodeno, Javi, and others?
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be pressure for someone who has won twice the 70.3 distance. So, but I don't think about it too much. I think for most high performance athletes, the pressure comes from within. And for me, I don't care too much about the outside pressure, so it's not a big difference.
And you have a point in your favor, is the circuit. I think it's quite the same of the Ironman World Ironman 70.3.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe the run is a bit easier actually, so I don't think it will be that extremely sharp downhill. So I haven't really looked into the course too much yet, but I guess it's going to be the same.
Can you say for the Spanish people the average in training in a regular week for you from here? I mean the maximum weeks for St George?
In hours?
Hours or sessions?
Yeah, I do about 30 hours a week. So today was a rest day, so then I had 1 hour 40 minutes run and nothing else. So usually it's 3 sessions a day, swim, bike, run every day. So yeah, it's a lot of training.
I remember a few years ago when you were really young, preparing Dubai or something like this. At the end of the season you make here like 300 kilometers.
Yeah.
But no anymore.
No, that was like a concept camp. So it was like a startup camp towards the end of the season, and we just did what we thought was fun. So we had actually a maximum race from here to the top, which is 3,400 meters. Yeah. And yeah. So and we had like these long rides. We had more of them, and we had some other crazy runs. So it was like, it wasn't a normal camp. It was a concept camp where we just tried out different things, and it was training for fun. No short distance this year, but I suppose you wanna be in Paris. Yeah, we'll see. I not qualified for Paris yet, obviously, because you need to do the qualification for the Olympics. So I think I will have to do some short distance race. We're gonna have a World Cup in my hometown, actually, in Norway. So that's something I really look forward to. So that's going to be one of the few short distance races I do this year.
Thank you so much.
Muchas gracias.